Hi everyone, Lady Amalthea here with my latest video, and today I'm talking about a topic which I love, which is archetypes. So whilst waiting for new videos in Kelly-Ann Maddox's Self-Love September 2019 to drop, I've been going back and watching videos from previous Self-Love Septembers. So I was going through the 2018 videos and I came across a video called Working with Archetypes, which I will link in the description. And now Kelly-Ann is one of my favorite witchy voices at the moment. I'm watching her videos so much and I just absolutely love them. And she covers all kinds of great things. And this archetype video got me thinking. Now, like Kelly-Ann, I was a huge fan of Robin Hood. Sadly, not living in England, I couldn't go to Sherwood Forest, but trust me, I would have begged my parents to take me if we had lived in England. Um, and I was obsessed with the Disney Robin Hood. I still am. It's the first DVD I ever bought when DVDs became a thing. And I just so in love with Robin Hood and Marion and everyone. I love that film. I rewatched it recently with some friends, with a friend who'd never actually seen it before. And oh my heart, I was just like quoting the whole movie and singing all the songs and it made me think about the archetypes in these stories that Kelly-Ann was mentioning. So Robin Hood has long been one of my favourite fictional characters, and I don't remember if I came across books of Robin Hood first or the Disney movie first. I don't have a clear memory of that, but I remember being entangled in that world of Robin Hood so much and just always wanting to play Robin Hood at school or after school with my friends, and it was always Robin Hood, obsessed with Robin Hood. In Sydney we have a thing called the Easter Show. Other Australian states will call it the Royal Show and have it at other times of the year, but we have ours at Easter. And you get show bags, which are just overpriced crap, basically. And I remember one year getting a Robin Hood show bag, which had this terrible plastic hat, like Robin wears, and a bow and arrow and I think a tiny knife, all plastic, of course, because, this was kids stuff. And I was obsessed. I took them everywhere. I've even got a ridiculous photo in a photo album of me posing with them looking very serious. And a film I saw probably around that kind of time period in my life was The Princess Bride. And who did I fall in love with but Wesley? Oh my goodness. So the outlaw hero of the people kind of character has always been a character archetype I've loved. And Kelly-Ann's video got me thinking, now is this an archetype I wish to embody in myself? Or are there other archetypes that I wish to embody in myself? My all-time number one favorite fictional character is Samwise Gamgee from Lord of the Rings. Now, my dog is called Gimli because, if you meet my dog, you'll realize he is Gimli in a dog. It is the perfect name for him. If I get a dog in the future who is a Samwise, oh, you better believe I'm calling them Samwise. In fact, back when I thought I'd be having children, I was seriously contemplating naming a son Samwise. Yeah, so Samwise is my favorite, and I suppose he's the companion, the loyal, steadfast and true companion. And well, Gimli is that as well, of course. He's directly behind me. You can't see him. He's on the floor. So, but anyway, so yeah, Samwise is someone who's loyal and true and there for you. And, he says things like, there's still good in the world that's worth fighting for. And he says to Frodo, I can't carry the ring for you, but I can carry you. And so he's very much will do anything to support those he loves. And I am someone who is like that. So it is easy for me to see the parallels between Samwise and myself in that I'm very loving and caring and supportive and will put my own worries aside in order to look after my loved ones. no matter how low down I am, if someone I love tells me they're struggling, my worries are pushed aside and I support them. It's just that simple. And so, yeah, I don't know what the name for that archetype that Samwise falls into is. I'm sure in my, wherever it is, actually I can see it, my Carolyn Myss archetype cards, which I still haven't done much work with, any work with. Started reading the guidebook, I got distracted. But I just think it would be really interesting to, read more about that archetype and see if it is something I really do identify with. Then I was thinking, who are other favourite fictional characters? Because that's what Kelly-Ann was mentioning, was think about the, the fictional characters and the pop icons and the, the figures you admire. And I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, Hufflepuff for life hero, and not a big fan of JK these days, but let's leave that aside. Remus Lupin is my favorite character, and he is, I'd be interested to see what the name of his archetype is. He's the teacher, the mentor. He's also the other, being the werewolf, and he holds the secrets that Harry doesn't know about, his past, like his family, and I love the Marauders so much. I just absolutely love them. But yeah, Remus is my favorite Harry Potter character. Oh my gosh, breaks my heart. I was doing a marathon of the movies a few years ago, and I just couldn't watch the last one because I was not in a strong place at the time. And I just couldn't handle seeing him die again. Oh my gosh, no. I will have to do another marathon and soldier through, but just at that time. But he's also a loyal companion, figuratively and literally, and that he's a wolf. And he, he's aggressive when he's in werewolf form because that's the way werewolves are depicted in the Potterverse. But I'm not entirely sure where I'm going with this, sorry. But it's just very interesting that he is a character that I'm really, really drawn to. I'm trying to think of other books that I love, and one that's coming to mind is the Otherland series by Tab Williams, which, oh my gosh, I love, and I need to get my books back. My majority of the books I own are in Sydney, and I need to get them here in Perth, but I also need to work out where I'm going to put them. As you can see, this room is very full. I currently have one book in the study, which is Good Omen, so it's not like it's not a good book. But yeah, I need my book so I can get back on my Tab Williams binge. But the character I love most in that book is Zabu. Now, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that properly because there's a click at the front, so Zabu, I suppose, who is, I guess he's the backup character to the main hero. If you could say that Rini is the main hero, I mean, it's hard because it's one of those ensemble cast books, as many of Chad Williams' books are. But Zabu is he's a storyteller first and foremost. He's just, oh my goodness, just such a wonderful, strong character, and he supports Rini through all her struggles, and he dives into this unfamiliar world to recreate his own world. I won't go into too much detail, simply because it's not as well known a story as, say, Harry Potter, so people might want to actually read it for themselves. And yeah, so it's a lot of the characters that I love are characters who are the companion characters. Not that they're not heroes in their own way, but they're not the main hero. They're not the lead hero. They back up the hero. They're the companion that's there to support and to uplift and to uphold. And I suppose I have no desire to be in the limelight as much as I am a show off at karaoke. That's a bit different. But I don't need to be the hero of the story. I want to be a good support person. And I mean, I guess that's why I've worked in disability services and community volunteer programs, and I'm hoping to get back into one, depending on how I go, but there's a few other factors involved in there, but never mind. But then there are other stories, like it just caught my eye. I've got a Moana tissue box on my desk, and Moana is my favorite character in Moana, and she is definitely the hero. Sure, you might think Maui is the hero because he is a literal demigod, but Moana is the hero. She restores the heart to Te Fiti. So, like, it's her. She's the one. And, like, she's such a strong character, and I just love her. And I could rant on and on and on about how much I love the movie Moana. Part of my childhood was spent in Fiji, and a lot of my childhood was spent in the Pacific Ocean. And so the stories of the Pacific Island people just call to me in a way like it's like coming home for me. And just those stories are so important to me. And it was just seeing that in a Disney movie, like as a white girl who lived in Fiji, that was huge. I can't imagine what it would have been like for the actual islanders. Like, oh my goodness. But that movie just makes me cry every time I watch it. I'm obsessed. I am obsessed. And yeah, so there are characters who are the hero that I am drawn to, but overall it's generally the companion characters. And I think that's interesting, and it's something I'd like to look into more and maybe read a bit more. I would like to find some sources about archetypes that aren't heavily steeped in bullshit like Joseph Campbell. So I'll have to read around and see what I can find. But yeah, I think that's hiccups. I think I might have to stop. But I think that's really all I really want to say for this video. Yeah, archetypes. Cool stuff, hey? And I'm going to have to work out which pictures I'm going to put up, because I've got places I can put up pictures. It'll be good. Well, thank you so much for watching. Many blessings to you, and until next time.